You in this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this won't be a piece of cake. Put your fake, I can tell.
I think I'm gonna take my wallet out. This might be like a weird insecurity, but I'm looking at myself in the monitor and I could see that my wallet is sticking out.
You have a very pronounced bulge.
I feel like that. Yeah,
next to where your tiny penis.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So I mean, I got my wallet here.
Show the folks at home what you have in your wallet.
So I have I get, what color would you call this?
It's mahogany-ish, maybe.
Yeah, it might be mahogany. But I got it because actually my stepdaughter Maggie, who is a dog, she ate my wallet one time because I left the room and she missed me and my wallet smells like me, I guess. And perfect dog wallet. She's like, what if I eat his wallet? And she actually didn't eat any of the contents, which is good because I had about $100 in there. Right? I always have $100. It's my walking around money.
Yeah.
You know?
Luis, and when you say that, I mean when you walk around at night hooking,
yeah,
that's the money.
Yeah,
you're earning.
Yeah. I'm not the John. I am the sex worker.
Yeah.
I guess we could do a wallet.
Would you ever
reveal.
be a sex worker?
I don't know if there's a market for that.
But if there was, what if people wanted to top you like around the world, like people would want to fly in and just like violently sex you up?
Now,
I'm trying to think of ways that we can't keep talking about forcible sex in every episode. It comes up so often. And I know it's mostly my fault, but
we're
still.
doing a wholesome wallet reveal. To answer your question, though, I would be uncomfortable with the sex stuff, but the validation is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like my ass, it would be a literal
so every time
pain.
it's like bend over, it's like, aw.
yeah, exactly.
He still likes me.
And
then when they go soft on you, you're like, is it me? What's going on?
That's what's nice about not being homophobic, right? Yeah. Homophobic, nah, you just heterophobic, staring at my jeans, watching my genitals bulging. But like, I don't just, that was a little bit of vamping.
What if you did more of the FDR speech?
But yeah, so because, okay, I actually had this weird interaction, and guys, don't worry, we'll do the wallet reveal in a second. But I had this weird reaction with a guy in a subway the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I was on the subway, and it was after a spot. So it's the L train going from Manhattan to Brooklyn, which is like a weird mismatch of transplants that are going back to Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Like they were partying.
Yeah.
Right? It's like young hot people like being annoying. And then like working class people that work odd hours.
Yeah.
That are like from Brooklyn, and then homeless drug addicts.
Okay.
Right. And sometimes it's hard to differentiate between category 2 and category 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I sit in what I call the lonely island of the subways. Right. So it's like 2 people can sit there, but really in practice only one person sits there. So I sit there, and this other guy, he sits across from me. And by the way, I more often than not have earplugs in.
Oh yeah.
Just to block out the sound while I read my book.
So you're not like listening to music or anything. Not like
it's literally the only function is just to block out the sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure people look at me and assume that I am neurodivergent.
They look like
right.
medical, like an implant.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he needs those for hearing.
But then I'm like reading, and so they're like, okay, so it's not so bad that he doesn't know how to read. But then they see it's a Dr. Seuss book.
What if it's a book called "What Things Sound Like"?
And everyone around me is like, just take them. And then I'm like,
it's like, oh, this goes boom boom. That sounds fun.
So a little bit about this guy.
Yeah.
He's around my age, maybe a little younger, a little older, or older. A little younger, a little older.
Those are the only options.
He could be much younger or much older.
Unless he came out at the same time as you, which is possible.
It's true. I didn't ask what his star sign was. So he's like a guy in his late 20s, early 30s, black guy, kind of dressed like jeans and a t-shirt. So like nothing special, right? He's got he's dressed like a poor person, but has like really expensive shoes, which is actually also dressing like a poor person. So he goes, oh, you're getting into that book. So he makes me take out my earbuds and tells me you're getting into that book. And I forget what book I'm reading, but we didn't talk about the book. And he starts chit-chatting with me.
Yeah.
Right? And my assessment of him was like, maybe he's not totally crazy.
Okay.
Maybe he's just kind of lonely.
Okay.
And I guess I could chat with this guy for a half hour if he's really that lonely. You know what I mean? So we start talking. right? And he's kind of letting the crazy in a little bit, right? He's like, yeah, I used to live in Philadelphia and I live in New York now, but I'm leaving because it's so expensive. And I'm like, yeah, man, I hear you. And he's like, yeah, and the women are stuck up. I'm like, and this is going towards an area that I'm uncomfortable with. Listen, it's what it means to be heterosexual. Sometimes you complain about the opposite sex, right? But there's a way in which he was doing it where I'm like, this feels like he's part of like groups.
Like, how am I supposed to know? Like, if you want me to hit you, you gotta say things. Exactly. It's like crazy.
So, whatever. We're chit chatting.
Yeah.
And we're vibing a little bit, right? Okay. I mean, there's no world in which I'd be friends with this guy, but I'm like, I'm not having the worst. Yeah, exactly. I'm not having the worst time talking to this guy who seems kind of like a bozo.
Yeah.
Right. But he sees at one of the stations we like come to, there's like a pride flag or something.
Yeah.
And now to people's minds, by the way, people that come in after us, they just assume we're friends.
Okay, yeah.
And he sees the pride flag. He goes, I'm not with it with this gay shit. now I'm stuck. First of all, I snickered a little bit just because I wasn't like...
You weren't ready.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, man. I wasn't expecting him to have the most enlightened ideas about anything, right? And also, I'm not going to argue with this guy, right? So I was like, well, I don't have a problem with, gay people, trans people. And he's like, I mean, man, this is why I started talking about it. Cause I said, I'm not homophobic, right? This guy says to me, I mean, I get 0 bitches. And I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with his face or his body. I think he's what
if bitches were like fossil fuel, he's like net like carbon zero kind of
exactly emissions. So yeah, he's good people figure out he's crazy within the first few seconds of him talking. Yeah, he's like, I get 0 bitches, and then one day this guy starts hitting on me. Fuck that shit. And you know what I did? I convinced him the error of his ways. No, actually, I pretended the next stop was mine, and I got off.
So you got off prematurely?
Yeah.
Which you usually do.
Woo! Woo! Dude, but here's the difference between me and this guy is...
He's black.
He's black.
Right?
I love that I mentioned... First of all, the story doesn't fully... I'm not going to be one of those white liberals like, well, it doesn't matter what race... That's a certain type of... way that only a black guy would act like. I'm not saying that white people aren't homophobic, but to be homophobic in that way, I can't imagine a white
to be homophobic on the L train.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah. A white guy is homophobic like on TV in a megachurch.
You got to go to LIRR for
exactly, dude. So, but also, his logic was like, I'm not getting laid, and then on top of not being like, on top of women not fucking me, this guy wants to hit on me. And I just don't understand. I'm like, well, that's validation still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also that guy, like, I actually, like, the few times in my life a guy has hit on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand what it means to be a guy trying to get laid.
Yeah.
And I'm not homophobic. So all I have to do literally is go, I'm not gay. And it's fine. Yeah. Nothing happens. Yeah.
But if the equivalent though would be if they like were still kind of harassing you, it's like
which in my experience, maybe other people have different experiences, has literally never happened.
Yeah, that
is a straight guy thing. I think to be persistent.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been hit on by a gay guy, but I had one check me out.
Well, you should check the comments of our podcast.
Yeah, but it is flattering. It's nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, speaking of black and gay, this is part 2 of.
I guess we'll do the wallet reveal later.
I forgot that was a thing that was happening. Anyway, we're gonna.
I'm not doing a wallet reveal until you do one. By the way, I don't want a balance of power in which everyone knows what's in my wallet and not what's in yours. You probably got baby stuff in there though.
What? I have baby stuff.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like
I don't have the picture of the sonogram on.
Really? I have one.
We have it
of your son's sonogram in my wallet.
Oh my god!
Yeah, isn't that nice?
I told her not to share it. Give this out to people. I don't know.
Fair use.
Anyway, Connor, can we get back to
snap back to reality, Connor? Oops, there goes gravity. Ooh, okay. So we have to lay the groundwork for people that might not have listened to the last episode.
People are looking at a blurred image. I'm sure
it is a man.
I was gonna say, sometimes you can kind of guess through a blur thing. Do you like? take a guess what you think. Take a couple moments, guess what you think it might be. You can pause the episode, and then when you get back to it, we'll tell you.
Sometimes instances of like I watch a lot of like combat footage and like body cam footage.
Yeah.
And a lot of times for I guess if these are on YouTube, they don't want to be demonetized. So they won't show like someone's gunshot wound or stab wound.
Yeah.
They'll just blur it out. So maybe this man got stabbed right where his penis would normally be.
He got stabbed with a giant penis.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
They were docking. Have you heard of docking?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, have I heard of docking?
Guys, I'm not going to, if you don't know what docking is, I'm not going to tell you because it's not my job to educate you.
I mean, seriously, as if I don't, how do you think I get my boat to the pier? This other way.
Nice.
Well, but I'm too busy fucking guys in low. But anyway, describe it to the listeners.
So it is a well-hung man, right? Which, as I said in the previous episode, I don't feel jealous of.
Who may or may not be a POC.
I think he is a POC. So the picture is black and white. Right?
Yes.
But this is a POC penis if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Right? It is funny where people are like, stereotypes are wrong. I'm like, I've been in gym locker rooms. I know who has the big penises and I know who has the small penises. Apparently, I'm Asian. So anyway, this guy, he's got his penis out through the zipper.
Yeah.
Can I ask a personal question?
Yeah.
You know how there's like a slit in your boxers?
Yeah.
In one's boxers, presumably yours as well. Do you put your penis through that hole? When
I
you're
always
peeing?
pull the band down.
You always pull it
Yeah.
down. I don't know a single person that does that.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Although, I don't know. It might be fun to try. That's what this guy is clearly doing is he has a hole in his boxers and obviously everyone has a fly in their
But it's also
pants.
looking because like you are risking the penis to zipper contact when you flop it out like
Scary.
that.
And
But,
can I say that this guy is probably a man with a handsome face as well.
He's like,
I don't think he's chopped as our Gen Z friends say. Have you noticed that?
what?
If you're young enough that you learned about 9/11 in a textbook, you say chopped instead of ugly. Isn't that weird?
I've never heard that. Really?
Chopped. Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a waste.
Which is also the name of a salad restaurant in New York City.
And a TV
And
show.
everyone that works there is fucking ugly as hell.
That's true. Shall we move on to another
Okay.
image?
All right. So this is a OC.
A white of color.
A white.
It's a white of color.
No, a POW. He's a person of white. That's what
Okay.
POW means. That's why they have that flag, which is
Okay.
white and black.
Yeah.
Weird. All right. So this guy, first of all, handsome as hell, right?
I've had these, by the way, I've had these photos on my phone for like the last 8 weeks.
And he's
Just
got,
to get to this point.
He's got, dare I say, a juicy cock. Pause. Guy that doesn't understand what pause is. I'm sexually attracted to this man. Pause. I want his dick in my mouth and anus. Pause. But yeah, no, that's a good piece, dude. You know what that is though? That's like, I don't know. I think if you're, you know how like young men have porn brain,
Yeah.
right? But I think if you're, because now I think more young women watch porn than ever before.
Yeah.
Right. Because it used to be like women would read erotica,
Yeah.
and men are more visual.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of ways, like, you know, pornography is just more mainstream. So there are young women watching porn that like are too young to have sex with a man. Right?
Yeah.
They might think that if you ask them, they would say that penis is average, when it's actually very big. It's hard for me to say.
I will say it's in a very flattering position because you're
Mhm.
looking from the underside.
Yeah.
So you get the illusion of greater length.
Mhm.
It looks very nice, but I would
Can
say
never get
closer to average, but
Can never get a good dick pic myself.
never.
The thing is, I'm just boomer enough where I struggle to take a selfie. And you can't struggle to do anything and have as hard of an erection as you possibly could. You know what I mean?
I don't mean to brag, but like I had a really good one.
You had a good one?
I figured
Do
it.
you want to pull that up on the screen?
I don't.
Oh, is that you? That's you, Elia.
Yeah, things have been rough.
Yeah. What 10 years in comedy does to a motherfucker.
Open mic after open mic.
Yeah.
Anyway, any more thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, he's looking like come here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay. There's only
Isn't
so
it weird that like my grandfather fought in World War II and this is what I do? my grandfather heard bombs overhead. Thinking,
Is he alive? Your grandfather?
No, he's dead.
Thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is cool. This reminds me of the amateur porn I saw one time where it was a guy getting blown by a woman and presumably his wife, and he came inside her and they were she was sitting in the passenger seat of his pickup truck, his souped up pickup truck.
Okay.
And this guy's getting blown, right? And he comes inside her. She stops sucking his penis. He slaps her in the face and then shoots his gun in the air 3 times and goes, "Woo!" Isn't that weird?
Wait, in a car?
He's standing outside of the car. She's in the car.
Oh, so he's standing while being blown.
They're in the desert.
Okay.
I guess they did this because otherwise people would be like, "Hey, you're too close to my NIMBY, not my backyard." But it was supposed. I think no one was supposed to come to this. I think it was supposed to be like, "Isn't this how ridiculous? How toxically masculine? How toxically masculine can one person be? Come in your lady's mouth." I think he slapped her with permission. I think he filmed her with permission. I hope so. Right?
And he probably had like a permit for the gun.
And probably had a permit for the gun. If you are the man or woman in that video, please let me know in the comments, and I'll know that you exist.
Anyway, so describe the image for people.
So for those just listening,
That's even if they're watching, unless we have an uncensored platform,
so
no one is seeing this.
There's 2 items in this picture. Which one do you plan on blurring out?
So funny. By the way, one of the clips you put out on Instagram is like, I think you say fuck and then the bleep it comes after.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty stupid.
It's mistimed.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I think to be successful on the internet, you have to look good or know how computers work. And
I refuse to learn or improve.
No.
But anyway, are guns not allowed to be shown?
No, we could show one of these, but not the other. We'll decide which one in post. But it is a man holding, I want to say, a 38. I don't know guns.
It's a very tiny little revolver looking thing, like in something you see like an old timey gangster movie.
It could
look almost like a cap gun.
It could be small enough to be in an ankle holster.
Yes.
Even. Yeah, and I'll say it again. It's a penis that's big, but like Hollywood small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been thinking of Hollywood tall.
Yeah.
Regular, or I'm sorry, Hollywood short, regular short, like 5'8".
Yeah.
That's Hollywood short.
Yeah.
Right? Because like most people,
yeah,
if you get past that point, you're going to be pretty big. So in porn terms, this is Hollywood small, which is to say a little bit above average. But for like, if you're a man with that piece, you're doing pretty well. And I think he is a...
Well, if you're doing so well, why are you holding up a bank with a gun trying to get money for yourself?
They're like, "Is that loaded?" And he goes,
what do
you mean? Isn't that cute? And then the girl's like, "Oh, that's funny. Oh my God." Yeah. Okay. So how does this make me feel?
Sure.
I feel like,
first off, we should make it clear. It's a man holding a gun in profile and his
with an erect
penis, which is going straight out, which I think curving up is nicer for, I think ladies like it when it curves up.
I actually have a curved penis.
Yeah, me too.
And I didn't know that until after I lost my virginity. Yeah. And she texted me and she's like, "Can I ask you a question about your penis?" And I was like, "Oh God, this is not going to be good."
Whatever you wrote back, it's like, "What penis?"
Yeah. It's like,
what was the question she had?
She was like, is that curve like, have you always had that? And in that moment, which is weird because I had been watching pornography for close to a decade at that point.
Yeah.
But I was like, don't all penises look like that? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh.
And so she was like complimentary of it.
I think it was a neutral observation. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think because then later she was like, "Oh, it's actually good," blah blah blah. But it wasn't like. First of all, it was a thing she texted me later, which means I know how girls work. I'm sure there's a group chat that probably still exists.
You think they're still going strong?
Dude, that's the thing about like everything exists forever on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's probably, you could probably find, my grandchildren will do a project, right?
On grandfather.
Yeah.
Grandpa Bob. Yeah.
Right? And they'll be like, this is the group chat of several women assuring this poor lady that it wasn't that bad of an experience.
Yeah. My grandpa's name is Bobby. Mm-hmm. And when he was in college.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not reproducing. Don't worry.
Okay, and
I practice self-eugenics. I think is noble.
Have we seen all of the images?
Eugenics when the government makes you not have kids is wrong, but if you're like, I'm not going to do this to another human being, that's actually very noble.
Yeah. Okay, and
oh God, I don't like this one at all. I hate to body shame, but you know what? I know that most of the world is uncircumcised, so I know it's a cultural thing where I'm like, oh, I don't like the circumcised or the uncircumcised rather. The pubes really bother me.
Really?
Is this a
I think black
POC?
people have natural, beautiful hair, and I think it's weird for you to
Okay,
point
I
out.
might get canceled because these might be what POC pubes look like.
I think yes, these are POC pubes.
I hate this. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I'm a man with gross pasty skin, so it's the pot calling the kettle black here. But I do not
Very
care
black.
if you're very.
This is the blackest kettle I've ever seen.
You know what? You know what it is? Is like there's so few opportunities for me to see people's pubes now.
Yeah.
Because in adult cinema, most people are shaved.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
And then in locker rooms now, even old guys are like more often than like the boomers shave now.
Really? Good for
Yeah.
them. That's considerate.
Yeah. Or they have fucking gray pubes with Christ. The penis is fine. And sir, if you're watching this, don't take this personally. I'm just a content creator. But dude, the pubes are really bumming me out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
how would you style them?
I shave my pubes, man.
Full?
I stubble, like I use a razor, but I don't take like a face razor to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I didn't actually shave my pubes until I was like probably 21. My friends in college.
Yeah, I probably wasn't until.
My friends in college were all like, "I can't believe you haven't shaved your pubes," and I was like,
I didn't start
it
until I started having sex. There wasn't much need for me to personally.
Yeah, no,
that.
I had sex right before my 21st birthday,
Yeah.
and the first person I hooked up with didn't care about it,
Yeah.
and I believe that was I think in the interim between the first and second person I had sex with, I shaved my pubes, so I don't have a very good sample size. Maybe the second person I showed would have been like, "That's awful,"
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think pubes is like a thing. I don't feel any particular way about it, but it probably doesn't. If your penis or pussy does smell bad,
Yeah.
I think the
hair
hair might be an intensifier.
It traps. Yeah. I think it holds on to it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
crabs too. I've never had crabs, but apparently that's how they spread. So
Okay. So.
okay, that's how I feel. I mean, this is rude of me. How do you feel? How do the pubes make you feel?
Well, I think all people are alike in dignity,
Mhm.
and so I
Yeah.
respect.
Damn,
the
that is
pubis.
kind of the opposite of what I said.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so.
To be
hate
fair,
black-
people would look at my like orange pubes and have a similar reaction a lot of times. I think.
Do you think he'd be offended if you're like, "Can I touch your hair?"
That's yeah.
It's like no.
You're not supposed to ask.
No, it's like no. The bottom hair.
They're like, oh, okay.
I want to touch you downstairs here.
Damn, I thought you were doing a microaggression. Turns out you're trying to give me a good time.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so of those images,
Mhm.
which one?
Can I see them all again?
Sure. Give me a second.
Okay. Now this is kind of unfair because one of them I could see the guy's face, and that kind of gives me a different.
Yeah, it gives you a different
Perspective.
vibe. They look. Okay,
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So what? How are you feeling?
I think Pew's one is the grossest one.
Okay.
And hey, I could feel any sort of different way about if he shaved his pubes, but who knows, right? The gun thing is cool,
Yeah.
right? And it goes back to the thing of being able to do two things at once. Like did he load that while being fully erect? Is this a Richie Aprile thing?
Do you have a hard time doing things while erect?
Dude, I feel like
I mean, maintaining an erection is different, but
so, like, okay, so if I for whatever reason, we're about to like you and I are about to be intimate, right?
Yeah.
And I have an erection, of course,
Yes.
right? Because you've been telling me about how like good I am at podcasting or whatever,
Yeah.
so I'm like
and
rock
it's
hard.
normal to be curved.
And then the window's open, and you're like, oh, before we get down to business,
Yeah.
you got to close that window. So I just got to walk the 10 feet to the
Yeah.
window and close the window. That entire walk there and back, I'm gonna jerk myself
Yeah.
off.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah.
But like, ask me to jerk myself off while doing it a Rubik's Cube. I'm not gonna be able to because I can't do it.
Yeah, your focus is gonna be off.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
anyway.
So, and the gun thing is cool. Just in a stupid cartoon,
Yeah.
Wild West way, it's cool. I like the guy with the face. I'm gonna go ahead and call him Approachable Chad. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like a good looking guy, but like he'll shoot the shit with you. He's not trying to make you feel less than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably going to be a good wingman, honestly.
Yeah.
You know?
So you can see yourself having like a friendship with this.
A friendship with this
striking up a
guy.
friendship with this
Yeah. And listen, a POC in the suit, the only way you can make that better is his big old penis is hanging out the zipper. You know what I mean?
I'm. This is an extra photo from the Pursuit of Happiness, and took it.
Am I supposed to say which one is the best?
That's not what it was. Which one's the best? Which one's not a Robert Mapplethorpe?
Oh,
photograph?
okay.
Well, you thought I was just showing you. It's like, which of these is the best cock? What? That's just straight up a gay. That's just a gay game. The premise was that these are AI or this one's fake.
We've established at the beginning of the episode that I'm secure in my masculinity. I don't care when people think I'm gay or try to hit on me. And if someone says something bad about gay people on the train, I get off at the next stop so
You
I
sure
don't have
do?
to argue with them.
Yes.
Okay?
Fair enough.
So that makes me A in the LGBTQAI plus community,
Ally?
unless A stands for asexual
Or AIDS?
or A.
Is A not AIDS?
You can't seriously think that. You know, you thought A.
I thought it's A plus. Is like AIDS positive. Is that? No, I'm kidding. I obviously don't think that.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I was so happy
what-
to think that might have been true. Okay.
For people with
So
AIDS,
which
but no.
one is not art? The one with the gun is definitely art.
Yeah.
The one with the pubes is like so upsetting that it has to be art. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it has that body positivity feel
Okay.
to it where it's like this is the male version of like a fat woman in a swimsuit. Like look at this guy in his
You think it's
unkept
brave
pubes.
of this guy to show his pubes?
I wouldn't do it. The suit thing, I could feel like this has a "We Was Kings" energy to it. I think the bottom left is just gay porn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's
I
just
nailed
straight up. Hey, honestly, it was those paintings are so artistic. I
Yeah.
couldn't find. I didn't spend that much time doing this. I was like,
Because it's a
like,
conventionally attractive man looking at you in a sexual manner.
yeah.
So what other function would that have?
All right.
You know what I mean? Well, that was fun.
That was a fun game. That if it made sense to you if you watched the previous episode,
Otherwise,
if not, we're just talking about penises with a blurred background for no reason.
so I mean, it's the logical extension of what we've been talking about. Go ahead and pop it out.
Okay. No.
The wallet, I mean.
Oh nah. Oh yeah, you wanted to show.
I'll do my wallet reveal,
Well,
dude.
can you hold it vertically and like spread it up? Like no. Yeah, like that. Yeah, spread it open. Hold it up.
Okay.
Hold.
So we're gonna make it rain. This is 1, 2, hold on, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 5, 6, 7, which is the amount of grams of protein I try to eat
And
a
a
day.
So euro or what foreign?
This is a $10 bill from Canada. I haven't been to Canada in a while, but when I was in Scotland, I did my little skits there, and someone tipped me, and they were Canadian, probably still are, and they were like, "Can I give you Canadian money?" And I could have exchanged it, but I thought this was so cool. This is a lady. I forget her name, but I'm sure if you Google "woman on the $10 Canadian bill," she'll come up. She is
Probably
the
Celine Dion,
Canadian
right?
version of Rosa Parks.
Is that a black woman?
Yes, she's
Okay.
a light-skinned black woman, but a black woman nonetheless.
See if I could see her pubes, then I'd be
Exactly,
able to tell if she was black
dude.
or not.
But she was in a theater, and
And she was talking, and
it actually had there was no segregation laws. They were just like, you can't yell at the screen. So I thought that was cool. And then there's some kind of building in the back, and all non-American money looks like Monopoly money to me. Even
Yeah.
the consistency of it.
Yeah, I like foreign bills like that.
Okay. Now I have to be careful to not be doxxed, so I'm not going to show you my credit cards or my identification. This is my Metro card. Don't leave home without it.
Can't get home without it either.
I have many expired insurance cards. I'm American. For anyone that's listening internationally, what you got to do is keep every health insurance card you've ever had and show them all to the doctor.
Yeah.
If you don't have health insurance, you could just overwhelm them with information and be like, all right, fine, I guess we'll figure this out later. I have my license, which I'm not going to show, but what I will show is my New Jersey Fraternal Order of Police card.
How'd
Right?
you get that?
My uncle is a police officer, or was a police officer.
Can I get one of those?
I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so what you do, you keep it next to your license. You ever get pulled over,
You show
them both. The one time I got pulled over while having this, I forgot. So completely useless.
He's walking back to the car.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I got it.
He already wrote me
You're chasing him down.
I have this. I'm not going to show the whole thing, of course. But it's phone numbers of important people in case I lose my cell phone and I need to call somebody.
That's clever.
Yeah. I have a graphic designer card. I have comedians on the loose, open mic punch cards. My next open mic is going to be free.
When was the last time you did that?
Not in a while, and I have 2 because I keep losing them.
Yeah, I think I was.
I have a piece of floss, like a placard. I use traditional dental sauce at home, but dental sauce, yeah.
A dental sauce.
I have roadside assistance number. I have my old car registration.
Okay.
Probably throw that. I have my by the way, some of you might get triggered by this. I have my old COVID-19 vaccination card that I just keep with me because I thought there was a point in time where we thought that was going to be really important to have forever.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's almost nostalgic purposes at this point. I have one receipt that is I need to throw out because it's like there's no ink on it anymore. And this receipt is the most recent Metro card I've ever that I paid for in case I lose my Metro card. Right. So I don't know what will happen if I go to the lady and be like, I lost my card, but here's proof that I paid. Can I have another one?
Oh, yeah.
I doubt anything will happen. This.
So there's more to the bit still. Okay.
So this is I went to Washington, D.C. and I bought a Metro card. And there's some amount of money on this. So I don't. Here's another 2 more open mic punch cards.
This might be the most artistic that's ever occurred. It's not even ASMR. You're just going through it.
I have.
It's not even like a comforting voice.
I have a receipt from the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum that I went to. I have 2 comedy owner business cards who have not answered my emails.
Which owners? Which place? Dox them.
I don't want to dox them.
I don't work in, so dox them for me.
Hold on, we're almost done. We're more than halfway through.
Okay.
I have a credit card, a debit card. I have a New Jersey card. Well, it's to take the path.
Yeah.
If you don't know how the path works, it's not my job to educate
Follow
you.
the path. It's the way. Jesus is the way.
I have Chipotle gift card. I think this might have like full amount because it doesn't. I haven't scratched the pin yet. I have my own comedy business card. Look how gay I look here, dude. Right?
Yeah.
Someone actually made fun of me for passing out cards, and I was like, I want to not be a telemarketer anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, guys, if you have any questions about the contents of my wallet, let me know. I'll be sure to answer them.
And if you want more wallet-based podcasting, just reach out and let us know.
Yeah. I think this is the kind of like, listen, I see myself as being the everyman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, now you have the weird bulge again because you put the wallet back in the pocket.
Yeah, that's true. I might have to go through I've seen some people.
Yeah.
With money clips. I think money clips are making
But you have to really care about using cash.
Yeah.
I hate using. I try to avoid. If I go to like the bodega, I'm not using cash. I'm just getting like a Snapple for like I'm tapping my phone for.
They say cash is king though. Cash is king. Cash is clay.
Cash is clay.
You know what I found out about Cash is Clay recently?
You know he became a boxer, named himself Muhammad Ali.
He was named Muhammad Ali before he changed his name to Muhammad Ali was Cassius Clay Jr. His dad was Cassius Clay, and his dad was named after a white Kentucky politician who was an abolitionist.
Oh,
so I think that's kind of interesting because Muhammad Ali's whole thing was like, I don't want to have like a white person's name.
Slave day. It's like
oh, that was the wokest you could be back then.
Yeah,
it was Cassius Clay, and he's like, I still don't fuck with him.
You know? That's almost worse. It's like insulting to that white abolitionist.
Yeah, I mean, good thing he's not here now because he'd be shaking, mostly because of the Parkinson's. Just joking around, folks. Do you look up to athletes?
Well, they're taller than me, so yes.
I know, dude. Unless wrestlers,
are they
and of
short
course horse jockeys.
Horse jockeys.
Yeah.
Are there other kinds of jockeys? You want to go? Do you want to say it? You want to say it for class?
I'm already gonna get canceled because of the pubes thing, dude. I was thinking about this whole Stephen Colbert thing, right?
Oh yeah.
He got canceled. This whole cultural phenomenon of cancel culture
Yeah.
started with an Asian American woman.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag cancel
Him,
Colbert.
Yeah.
And she finally won, even though it was the right that ultimately canceled him, but
Yeah.
he got canceled nonetheless. Isn't that fun? Although I will say the right invented cancel culture with the satanic panic of the 80s,
Yeah.
but the left did perfect it.
They did.
Yeah.
And now the country's where it is because we cared so much about that.
Isn't that weird?
That we thought it was the most important issue. And
It really is like tragic that a good portion of the left was like, we got to get mad at people for saying innocuous things.
yeah.
And then the right was like, we're going to elect a guy who calls those people out, but is also like doing fascism.
yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. It's a
Like the only person in the system that'd be like, hey guys, no one cares what you dress like at Halloween is also like, and also I won't concede an election loss.
yeah.
Isn't that weird that those are our options?
Well, that's the problem is because it was a cultural
Mhm.
victory. So like for the last 20 years, like the people talking about political correctness or whatever,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, it's always left wing people or this. That's what you're rebelling against.
Mhm.
And then they took it so far
Mhm.
that they elected Trump for a second time,
Mhm. and
and now it's like, it's not as fun anymore
Yeah.
because you're kind of being like ironic. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it sucks now. It's shitty because I want to be racist and like homophobic in an
Mhm.
ironic way,
Mhm.
but like, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
You know what was good about this episode so far is that we spent a lot of time looking at a stranger's pubes,
Yeah,
and now we're talking about politics.
yeah.
And that's what makes us versatile. That's what I mean when I say I'm a switch.
I always say that when the number one thing I look for in a podcast is versatility.
Versatility.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I don't want you talking about the same thing all the time. I want you to be able to like switch it up, go to topic to topic.
Mhm. Yeah. Hey, and we do it all, dude. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's pretty cool, man.
Are we on Apple?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know why I'm still posting there. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, head on over to the YouTube channel where I actually read the comments and let me know, dude. You know what I mean? I know I'm trying to crack the code.
Just find at least one friend and
Mhm.
get them to subscribe.
Yeah.
For everyone listening, please. We'll start slow, and then before you know it,
Mhm.
Bobby and I will become indifferent millionaires.
Ooh, I would love to be rich. I know that's not a hot take.
I would be so.
I think I would do it correct because I'm not a legacy guy, as we talked about before. So I wouldn't be all weird and be like, how can I get the history books to mention me?
Yeah.
I would just be like, wow, it's great to get 9 hours of sleep and wake up and do whatever I want for 18 hours.
Yeah.
17 hours. That's 17 plus 9 is 24.
But you probably take naps in between because like, why not?
No, I'm not a big napper.
But if you're rich, you might be.
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
no napping.
What I would do is sleep 9 hours a night, and I would exercise in the morning. Right. Well, I would have a home gym, dude.
Ooh.
No,
an attainable goal.
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be in a place in my life where I will not have to go to a person's
okay,
gym. To be honest,
But
with you.
obviously, like a full-on gym is
Mhm.
a luxury. But
It would be so cool, dude. I visited my buddy, and he's not rich, but he like didn't do comedy, and he doesn't live in New York City, so he gets to live like a regular person.
yeah.
And he has a basement, and it's guitars and weightlifting stuff.
Yeah.
And we just hung out for like hours being boys.
Yeah.
Like he was playing guitars while I was lifting, and then we switched.
It's like just like American Beauty.
Yeah,
Just a couple of definitely straight guys just hanging out,
Couple of
being
definitely
straight.
straight guys. Damn, this episode really is gay coded.
Where's your friend live?
Vermont.
Oh, beautiful. State.
Yeah.
Affordable to live up there?
Yeah, he's like commutable to what's the big city there?
Burlington?
Yeah, he's commutable to there. And I mean, he makes like decent money. And so does his girlfriend, and they just have like a nice life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But listen, I've dedicated myself to living in small, cramped places where everyone screams at all times because I'm addicted to the feeling of going on stage and having half the people look at me confused the whole time.
Yeah. But once you've tasted that, you can't give it up.
Yeah.
Except for the many people who did have to.
Dude, so many people quit. I've had this funny thing happen to me that I'll run into someone like just on the street and they used to do comedy.
Yeah.
And I like this sounds douchey and I don't mean it to be, but I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Right? And then I see him I'm like, oh shit. And it all comes, I'm like, oh, you used to do comedy. I clearly haven't seen you so long that you haven't done it. And then they almost feel like I'm judging them. But I'm like, no, if you don't like doing something, you shouldn't do it anymore. And sometimes they'll go, I got to get back into it. And I'm like, oh, no.
No. I wasn't encouraging.
No, don't. Please don't.
There's a reason you stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Because you never got a laugh.
Mm-hmm. But I love doing my little skits. And I love watching YouTube videos.
What kind of YouTube videos do you like?
Dude, I've been going down a rabbit hole of just watching dash cam videos. I'm sorry, body cam videos.
Yeah.
There's this a channel called Police Activity.
Yeah.
And I'm just like addicted to it. You know what it is I could only step away from my telemarketing job 10 minutes at a time before anyone notices.
Okay. Yeah.
And most of their videos are under 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So it's like perfect. And I just watch like craziness happen. You know what I love the most is like when a cop gets called to like a domestic abuse situation.
Yeah.
And he walks in and the dog is just like, hey, like, because the dog has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I told you, I like First Amendment auditor videos, like guys who like go outside like a post office or like a jail and just like standing there waiting for someone to come up to them and ask them.
See, you and I are like the different ends of YouTube because I'm like, let's see the boys in blue do what they do best. And you're like, let's see the boys in blue get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love it if there were more videos of cops just say getting killed, basically.
Wow.
That is
what a controversial thing to say.
Is it? Probably is.
Yeah.
I like it when cops get killed on camera. Fine, I'll say it.
Damn, dude.
I'm willing to say that.
I actually did. Listen, and don't think that I don't notice you're being sardonic, if I may say so myself. But I was at this bar show.
Yeah.
Right. And for those unacquainted with the New York stand-up comedy scene, a bar show is when everyone goes to a bar to have fun and then a stand-up comedy show that they didn't consent to happens. Right. And this was like, I forget where we were, but it wasn't like a very Brooklyn-y. It wasn't like guys, you know, with the fucking septum rings and the gauged ears and the sleeve tattoos. It was like regular people.
Yeah.
And one of the comments said, we all hate the police, right? The comic started he's like, we all hate the police. And then someone just went, no. And he was like, oh, well, this is my premise. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude, maybe you should do other rooms besides open mics in Bushwick to get a gauge on the moral zeitgeist.
Yeah. Also, like, it's inessential to the joke. Just do the joke with the premise. Like, we don't need to, like, you guys have heard of music, right? It's like, just talk about music.
You just talk about music. Yeah.
Unless you're trying to pad out your shitty 5 minutes.
You know what's like interesting about doing my little email job / phone call job while also like watching the most like stressful events in a first responder's career is that I'm like, my life isn't so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes people are mean and hang up the phone, but I'm never like in any danger.
Okay. It's fun. Yeah. And isn't that kind of fun or thrilling sometimes if they're like genuinely like irritated or something? You don't get like a kick out of that?
Oh, it's more so like, honestly, I'm like, I wouldn't have enough like fast reaction time.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it is that, especially the like any police officer you talk to will tell you that domestic abuse ones are the worst ones to go to.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a career criminal where they're like, I know how this goes. It's usually a guy, usually intoxicated, and they're upset.
Yeah.
You know, it's also to my mind, the only crime where the victim also turns on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like that will happen sometimes. A woman would be like, my boyfriend is hitting me, and then the cops come and they're like, we're gonna arrest your boyfriend, and she's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I didn't know. I don't know how you expected this to go. But yeah, there's so many videos where the guy's like, hey, you know, we were just having an argument. And anyway, and then he just pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
And the guy is supposed to, you obviously get in trouble if you shoot someone too early.
Yeah.
If you shoot someone too late, you're also in trouble, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just like the amount of time someone has to like repeat the directions to me.
Yeah.
You know, I would never be able to do a job where my reaction time had to be that quick. I mean, my job as comedian, my reaction time is supposed to be quick too, but I kind of suck at that as well.
To be fair, they're terrible at that job.
You think so?
There's so many videos. Oh yeah. Obviously, not every incident, but there's so many videos of like the lady who thought she was going for the taser. She got a gun.
Oh, that
like,
one is terrible.
Yeah. Like,
but I mean, you say so many. That's like selection bias.
That's a famous example. But there's plenty of other incidents of stuff like because they're so used to having the body cams that they're so corrupt that even though they're filming their own thing, they black it out. So like there are footages and you can see cops like planting evidence or something. Or
really?
Like, yeah, there's one I saw, and then or like basically you see them assaulting people. It's like this is just not.
Well, this put a pin in the assaulting thing because I got a lot to say about that. The planting evidence thing is fascinating to me.
Yeah,
and if that does happen, like
I don't know how rampant it is, but yeah,
because wouldn't he know or she know that they have the camera on? Like, why would they?
Well, they do it in like a sly way, kind of. So like you grab something from your pocket and you reach in and pretend that you just pulled it out or whatever.
Oh,
like you
I
can
see.
kind of analyze.
They're trying to do sleight of hand.
Yeah, basically.
Imagine you went to magician school and you're like, I know a really useful way to use this.
What if you pull the cop's body cam? It's 12 hours of him teaching bag tricks to himself. That'd be fun.
What do you have behind your ear? Yeah. Oh, a bag of heroin. And everyone claps still.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? But yeah, I think that the perception of cop, I do think and this is where you and I differ, of course, is I think we're going through something like a moral panic with police brutality right now.
Okay.
Because it's never like, it's one of those things where I'm sure you've read or heard of Steven Pinker's book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, right? Like violence is going down.
Yeah, crime is going down. Yeah.
Crime is going down, right? Especially like basically since the 90s, all crime has gone down, and part of that crime is police brutality too. Okay. So all crimes, including police brutality, are going down exponentially, right? I think some people watch videos of cops dealing with suspects and think it's police brutality when it like totally isn't at all.
Yeah, there are different situations, but some of it is just normal behavior that shouldn't be normal.
Okay.
Like I think the way cops are trained, the way they react, like the First Amendment thing. Like I see a bunch of videos where like someone flips off a cop and the cop pulls him over, and it's like, and you could say, well, it's not police brutality. It's like, no, it's still unconstitutional. And it's like, even if it's not overtly violent, I treat it's the same thing to me in terms of like, this is a huge problem, right? But the cops act with impunity.
He thinks that the law is that no one should hurt his feelings.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
because cops don't know the law, but they're supposed to enforce it. They have some tenuous grasp of like what the rule is, but they don't really understand it. And then all these qualified immunity. I think qualified immunity is ridiculous. I think we should get rid of it. I think it's an insane protection for cops. Their union, like their lobby is so strong that it's so hard for them to ever be held accountable.
Isn't qualified immunity just an affirmative defense, though?
Well, I mean, not an affirmative defense. Well, affirmative in the sense that you have to prove. Or actually, no, you don't have to prove it because the government has to prove that there's a precedent for the thing that you did, so as to decide whether or not you were right or wrong. But it's not. But it's a protection. It's an immunity that protects them from really heinous things that cops have done, and because of qualified immunity, they don't get in trouble for it because of how fucked up the system is in that respect.
So to my mind, as someone that's Googled this a little bit, qualified immunity is obviously distinct from absolute immunity.
Yes.
So it's not as if you can't you don't have a blank slate to do whatever you want. My understanding of qualified immunity is if something happens during your duty of doing police work, you can't be like civilly sued for it, right? So if you're a suspect and I'm like moving you, and then just because that's a situation where one of us might fall and get hurt, then I can't get in trouble. You can't civilly sue me, right? But if I assault you, and an assault in this case is if I do something that wasn't necessary to get your compliance, then that's outside of my duty as
But
a
it
police
depends.
officer.
But the problem is the way qualified immunity works is
Mhm.
there has to have been a precedent for that thing. So someone has to, like, a cop somewhere in the past has to have been found guilty of doing that crime, that specific thing. And if there isn't a precedent for it, then they say qualified immunity applies. So they get very specific with it. So
Huh.
it's not, that's what's ridiculous about it. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do and say, well, there is no precedent case for this, so qualified immunity attaches. You would have to find a very specific case of similar behavior in order before you can get it to apply.
But like, what would, and if you don't know an example, that's fine because I'm putting you on the spot. But like, what would be an example of that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because like to me, I'm thinking like the most common one I can think of is deciding whether or not something is assault. And if something is assault, then obviously that's not covered on qualified immunity.
But it's also, well, the qualified immunity is one thing. The other part is just the normalization of like when they tell people like arrest and stop resisting,
Mhm.
like they're include like when people naturally stiffen up or tense up or something. Like there's all these normal things that people like. It's impossible for a person to go immediately slack in your custody. So they're constantly fighting people because there's no other way for them to arrest people without being super aggressive about it. If the person's even mildly like, "Ow, can you be careful?" If they say something like that, like now you're resisting because you aren't instantly compliant with them in a way that's unnatural to your body. And like, there's a video of this was a horrible one. In Arizona, was a guy named Daniel Shaver, and the cop, like the guys in the hallway, cops are pointing at him. They tell him to get on his knees and like. Then they tell him to move forward.
Oh, was this the guy in the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
And
this one.
they say like hands up, and then go and move on your knees. So instinctively he moves his hand down
Right.
so he can move, and then the cop shoots him and
course,
kills
they're reaching,
him.
yeah.
And of course the cop, nothing happens to the cop.
I remember a content creator I watched that reacted to that video said it was a deadly game of Simon Says. Like it was just like contradictory, and that guy did get in trouble.
No,
The guy that shot him.
I don't think he got. I don't think.
Really?
Can you go Google that? Con man.
Who's the
Also,
guy?
can I call you con man?
Oh no, that makes him sound like he's a confidence man. Who's
I
this?
need more details. What am I?
Daniel
putting into-
Schaefer, I believe is the name. You could say a cop killing.
Mhm.
I forget where it was. Shaver. Like, I might be SHA.
And we're wondering if the cop that shot him got in trouble. I will say the other side. And listen, I'm not disagreeing that police brutality happens.
Yeah.
I think the perception.
Yeah.
And I live in a very liberal city, right? Where, I mean, if you mention the cops to someone in our social circle, someone will make a joke or a comment about like they love killing black people, right? So, I'm just skeptical about the level of the problem,
Okay.
and I think part of it is like it'd be interesting to compare cops that fuck up and get somebody killed versus a doctor fucking up and get someone killed, because you don't see a sensational video of a doctor not washing his hands before surgery.
Well, I think the difference is like I don't care what the level is, because the problem is still, even if you don't say it's systemic, it's still intrinsic to what it is. It's the nature of how they're taught. There's like the I forget this guy. There's shown videos of this one guy who like gets paid to like do conferences for police,
Mhm.
and the stuff he's saying, the stuff they're teaching them, they're being taught to react in a way that I think is completely wrong. And they're supposed to be able to de-escalate. They're supposed to be able to understand and read a situation. And instead, they're indoctrinated to think like everything is dangerous, everything's gonna kill them, and so they become fidgety. Like we taught them to do the wrong thing. It's inherently a bad system, and so that's what I
Yeah.
object to.
So it's interesting because like my perspective from watching the police activity videos, and I know people that are cops, is that every cop has a story of someone they know
Yeah.
that was all of a sudden shot or stabbed.
Yeah.
And it's a situation that they're in more often than we are. I mean, obviously we take the subway in New York City.
Yeah.
Someone could assault us at any moment, but they're always an adversarial.
I know, but there shouldn't be. They shouldn't be
But if
adversarial
if
with the
they're-
general public all the time.
I
Yeah, but
have
if you-
I have the results here.
Can I just
Go for it, yeah.
respond to this real quick? Of course, if you pull someone over
Yeah.
and you don't know you don't know anything about them, and you're their last stop between freedom and prison.
But that's insane. That's their attitude. It's like, oh, this guy's didn't make a right turn, or he's missing tail light. Oh, he might try to murder me, so let me overreact. No,
but
fuck that.
but that's not what that is. I'm saying,
But that's how they react to all the situation. Every situation is that to them.
how they sometimes react. You pull someone over, and they go, "Can you give me your license and registration?" And they go, "No," and they're like, "Well, you have to," and they're like, "Well, I'm not going to." And now you're in an adversarial relationship, and he goes like, "Hey man, fuck you, I didn't do anything wrong," and then he all of a sudden reaches. It's not irrational.
If the person is reaching for something, it's different. Well, the fact is, they bring a lot of times that situation is brought on because they took the first step of making this an aggressive interaction in the first place.
License and registration?
Well, it depends how you say it or how you demand it. Or depends on the situation, what you pulled them over for. Like I said, the First Amendment videos, there are people like, they know, like the cop pulled them over retaliatory because they drove by and flipped them off. And then, or like when a cop doesn't stand an ID, it's like, show me your ID. And it's like, I don't have to. And the cops always become combative because they know they're allowed to lie about facts of a situation, but they misapply the law constantly. I think. Anyway, I think if you start the way you listen to the beginning of this episode and say, "How would this episode end?" It ends with we bookended by black people, basically.
Yeah, black people. I think your pubes are beautiful, and
Oh, I forgot you hate black people pubes.
Do you want to hear the ruling?
yeah, please.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple pieces of information. This is an article from the BBC. It starts with a U.S. police officer, the one that you were talking about, who was fired after shooting dead an armed man, was temporarily rehired so he could apply for pension. So what happened was he was fired and charged with murder, but he was acquitted at a trial in 2007, and then he reapplied for his job so he could get pension, which is a lifetime monthly payment of $2,500.
I don't think that was this case because he said he was fired for shooting. Did you say an armed man or an unarmed man?
Unarmed man.
Oh, okay. That's. I was like,
Yeah,
fired for
there's a
shooting an
video
armed man.
here of what you described.
Yeah.
And
This is the guy.
that's the name of the guy that Elia told you.
Daniel Shaver, right?
Oh, so he was,
Shaver was killed. Philip Balesford was the guy who did the shooting.
and he was fired but never criminally charged.
And then he was rehired
Or he was
and
criminally
given
charged. He
a
said he was acquitted.
lifetime
He was
pension.
acquitted.
I think so. Maybe
Yeah,
it's what he said,
acquitted.
something like that.
He was fired. The firing is and charge is different than the acquittal. Well, he was acquittal of the murder. The firing is a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then he was rehired.
Like if I murdered a dude, my boss would probably fire me. I'm
That's
just saying.
true.
That's-
Yeah.
he's pretty cool, but it's chill about a lot of stuff. But if I murder people,
Well, yeah, unless there's something about that case that I haven't heard of or don't understand, I disagree with the jury or the grand jury or whatever.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to hear Ely and I look at penises and or argue about politics, then tune in next week. This
Talk
has
about
been
versatility.
the Before Hours podcast. Early bed, early rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm just playing Night Alice. You know I love you.
later.